All right. Good afternoon. My name's David Monteleone. I'm with North Carolina Vocational Rehabilitation Services. I am the business representative for Iredell County. Vocational rehabilitation helps people with disabilities achieve their goals and independence. We provide vocational counseling, training, education, medical assistance, and other supportive services to eligible persons with physical, learning, mental, and emotional disabilities in order to help them become independent and job ready. In our local office here, we have counselors who deal with high schoolers ages 14 to 24 who will assist all individuals with disabilities. We also have a counselor here for mental health who assists individuals with ages 24 up. We also have counselors for physicals. I forgot to turn the email off. We also have people for physical issues ranging 24 and up. And that will cover, your high blood pressure, your diabetes, type 2 type stuff. And your most severe cases would be an example of a wheelchair bound. Who is eligible for the services that our counselors provide is an individual who has a physical, mental, or emotional disability that affects their ability to find or keep a job. If an individual does have a disability and they receive SSDI or SSI benefits and they need to get a job, they're more than welcome to come down to the office and fill out a referral form just to see if they're able to do it. Okay. Now for me, what I do is I assist local employers trying to find, what I do as a business representative is I assess what a workforce or employer's needs are. I do that by basically sitting down and interviewing the supervisors, the hiring managers, to see what kind of positions they're hiring for. Also to see what kind of demands are going to be there. Is it going to be a physical demand, or are they going to be standing all the time, lifting anything heavy or anything like that? Okay. What I did do, any questions so far?
We're good. And they can also use chat feature if you need to.
Okay. What I did is I created a little PowerPoint presentation. The first video we're going to show, if we got time, is an individual that one of our counselors assisted. His name is Alan, and he's actually works at the YMCA in Charlotte. So bear with me for a second. You're kidding me, right?
Yeah. All right, we can wait a minute.
No. All right, we'll cancel that video. Wow. What we did here on the slide presentation, it just goes over everything we do to assist the employers. Reference to, that's going to get on my nerves. All right, I apologize for the issues. One way that I go out is go with the employers to assess their workforce needs and pre-screen our talent pool to see if we have anybody that might meet be a perfect match for them. I'll look at my cases that I have, which are individuals that they classify as job ready. And I'll also send the job leads out to our local counselors to see if they might have somebody who might be interested. We also do onboarding, and that's when our candidates become your new hires. We still maintain contact with the individuals just to make sure everything's working out right. Making sure the employer's happy, also making sure the employee is happy, making sure there's no issues. Retention, we can help you, we can help the employer retain high value employees that may acquire disability, so on. We also have training. We do windmill training. We have approximately 12 different presentations that we do for free. And that basically just goes over diversity and everything else and how to work with somebody who might have a disability.
What type of disabilities?
Well, your disabilities is going to range. I mean, it can be anything from minor depression, blood pressure, diabetes, all the way up to, like we said before, an individual that's in a wheelchair. Plus, you might have individuals that might have physical limitations where they're only just, you know, they might have back problems where they can't stand for 2 to 3 hours at a time. So they might have to sit down for a while. You know, it's okay. Some individuals are okay sitting down for about 2 hours as long as they can stand back up for 2 hours. That's a good question. Myself, when I retired from the military, because I am a disabled veteran, one thing I started realizing is my physical limitations. I still wanted to work and do things, and that's what a lot of our all of our clients are trying to do. They want to do something, and we all know our physical limitations. One thing I try to do is, even when I'm sitting down at this desk all day, is I'll try to stand up at least 2 to 3 hours a day, just to stretch the body out.
I think everybody needs to do that. We get stuck in our chairs way too much, just in general.
At home, I got a 5-year-old that you can get some exercise with, trust me. I'm trying to get the video. Here we go. Hold on.
All right.
Senior year of high school, Alan had a stroke.
Can everybody see that?
I can see it on my end.
Sports in high school was, from what I've heard, he was a pretty good athlete. So obviously it was devastating. His speech was affected. He's still in the wheelchair, and he had to work hard to get where he's at today. He can talk a little bit. He mostly communicates from his cell phone, and the fact that he can stand up on his own. He can't walk on his own, but he's come a long way, and without the work that he would have put in, he wouldn't be even close to what he's able to do today.
I found out his story, and he went on to get a bachelor's degree in exercise science, and it floored me. I just immediately had a lot of admiration for how hard he's worked. And so I agreed to sign up, and he's my personal trainer, and that's been more than 6 months ago. I have MS, and when I first started working with him, one of my legs was extremely weak. My balance was very bad, but since working with him, my balance has improved and my strength's improved. He's very patient. He's a really nice guy. Communication's a lot easier than I thought it was going to begin with. But once you're around him for a while, you learn to communicate, not just in texting, but body language, and he can speak. It's just a lot of noise out in the gym area.
To be honest, it started off a little rough, just getting our members used to Alan and the fact that he's in a wheelchair and is a little bit different. But the fitness staff jumped in to help him, and now that Alan has gotten to know the staff and a lot of our regular members, they all look forward to seeing him here. He is one of our top staff here, and we really enjoy having him as part of the team because he honestly cares about our members and is there to help them. Alan is one of the hardest workers that I've ever met. He's also super smart, and he's definitely well deserving of this award. I couldn't think of a better individual to receive it.
I honestly did not know how to feel at the announcement. It surprised me because it's a big statewide award. I was honored and humbled, and am grateful. Thank you. 2. What's kept me going is I refuse to lay down and die. I've had much taken from me, but I also have gained a lot too. Life is a matter of perspective. Get busy living or get busy it? Is it better?
I feel very blessed to have found him as a trainer. He definitely deserves the award. Nobody deserves it more than he does.
So that's one of the videos that I acquired from one of our counselors, Lori, and it's a very inspiring video. The individual made a comment reference towards living and dying. Even with the limitations that you have, I mean, you got a choice: get up, walk, run, do something, or just sit there. And he's one of the individuals that got up. He wanted to work. Most of the clients that I have are not at that extreme level. But hold on.
How do our businesses get connected to you, David?
Good question, and I'm working on that every day. What they can do is they can either call the office, which is 704-878-4230, or they can send me an email, david.monteleone@dhhs.nc.gov. That's David, D-A-V-I-D, Monteleone, M-O-N-T-E-L-E-O-N-E, @dhhs.nc.gov. Or they can just come to the office and see if I'm here.
Are there any, is there any like special funding that businesses can get if they hire someone from your?
There is a tax exempt they may be qualified for, and I can point them in that direction and assist them with the paperwork on that. Now, we also offer OJT, on-the-job training, apprenticeship programs also. I mean, there is so much out there that this organization does for the individuals and the employers. It's not even funny. I would end up taking about 2 days just to go over everything. You know, for training wise, that they have a training center in Morganton to train people how to drive forklifts so they'll get certified. Different types of positions they've trained people for. You got electricians I read up on, mechanics. It just depends on the individual when they're dealing with the counselors, what kind of work they're able to do. So if they're still physically able to, you know, turn wrenches, great. We'll assist them with their training.
David, do you mind if I just hop in for a second?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Karen Byington. I'm with Vocational Rehab. I'm what's called the unit manager in one of the counties I supervise is Iredell. But I've been a counselor for a couple of decades now, and just to piggyback some on services that sometimes we do that employers may not initially think about is that with that, we also can help an employer retain an employee that due to illness or disabling condition, if it's long-term and chronic, if you're not sure about the type of job that the person could do still in-house, what type of accommodation they need, can they still do their work? We can step in, and we have rehab engineers and evaluators that make those suggestions all the time. We would love to see everyone be able to maintain a job with an employer that they have a great working relationship if we can. If we can't, we're honest about that too. We work with employers from entry level, say, for example, fast food, distribution on up to we've helped people with PhDs and MD degrees go to work and keep work.
That's great. That's a really good point, Karen. You know, what if you have an employee already? How do you keep them employed? I love that. That's a very unique service.
I've only been here for 6 months. I'm still learning.
And doing a fabulous job, by the way.
Thank you, ma'am.
One of the things the chamber does that might be of interest to y'all is that we have an education workforce committee. It's kind of an umbrella committee that services several other committees. So we kind of all, that group gets together and kind of talks about what these other groups have done. And we have a talent attraction committee that, David, you might be interested in, because what we're trying to do is grow the local talent and getting, letting people know what available jobs there are and kind of connecting them. And we really haven't tackled anything with what y'all are doing as far as if there's some kind of a disability. So that might be a really good fit to pull you into to help get out what y'all are doing. Because that could be that's an untapped market, I think, for us.
That's one of the reasons why I said I wanted to come and see you tomorrow, because there was a couple of things I was working on before all this happened, your ambassador program and so on and so forth. That's why I wanted to touch base with you and come and see you.
I know Andrea is on the phone with is it ISIC or Statesville Housing Authority? Which umbrella are you, Andrea? Housing Authority? She's muted. Let me unmute her.
Where is the mute button?
I got you, Andrea.
Okay, sorry.
Are you under the Statesville Housing Authority umbrella?
I am. Brandy's under ISIC.
That's right. I was thinking that, I don't know, from your perspective, there might be a connection for you and David too, with any kind of a disability or rehabilitation type situation.
Yes, ma'am. And I actually wanted our senior Ross coordinator, that is the Resident Services Opportunity Self-Sufficiency Coordinator, to attend, but I didn't know if she would be able to do that because this was offered through the chamber. But if you recorded it, because I forgot to hit record, I'd love for her to hear all of this.
Yes.
Because we do have some seniors that are in need of work but cannot find that right fit for what the doctor has allowed or said they can do and cannot do. So if you've recorded it, Shannon, if you could get this to me, I'd love for our Ross coordinator to view this and get involved.
I'll send it out to everybody that's registered, even those that weren't on the call, and I'll send it out through social media as well. So
okay, great. Thank you for that.
Andrea?
Yes, sir.
What they can also do is just contact the local office. You're on Davie Avenue, and they can just over the phone do one of the referral forms. Right. And then they can pass it off to the counselors, or they can come up here and do it in person if they feel safe enough.
We have a program in-house that allows our residents to accrue escrow monies. It's like a savings account. However, in order to accrue that money, they must have earned income. And we have some residents in the program that are currently receiving unearned income, so there's no way to accrue any escrow, but just can't find that right fit, that job, so that they can go to work, retain their Social Security or whatever that unearned income is, and have the ability to earn escrow in this program. So I'm very interested in finding out what you guys can do to help us with our senior residents.
Andrea? I just noticed my supervisor sent the text message for our phone number. Best thing to do is also just give us a phone call at 404-878-4230. And we can figure something out and we'll come and see you.
That is awesome. And we have a facility, so is it, I guess once we're through all of that, perhaps you could come in and we can invite some seniors in to sit and talk with you, or is this an individual thing?
Well, actually, for the individuals, they would end up talking to the counselors. But we can figure something out, so that way we can come out to see you. Maybe I'll see one of the counselors to see when they're able to come out there, or we'll figure something out, trust me.
Okay, good stuff.
I'll make sure you're happy. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Andrea gets the prize too for being just about on every business during hours call. So thanks, Andrea.
It's been some wonderful information.
David as well. He's been on a lot of them. David, before we kind of wrap up, what's the one takeaway you'd like to leave everybody with right now?
One takeaway is just because somebody has a disability, don't write them off. Okay. everybody, like, when I retired from the military, I had a gentleman when I was working for Department of Commerce called up and said that his employer is looking for individuals, but didn't want to hire any recent veterans who just came back from overseas because they have mental issues. His words, not mine. Politely told the young man that he's talking to one on the phone right there and then. Just the stereotype stuff. Just gotta watch out for that. WOTC's Work Opportunity Tax Credit.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Does anybody have a question before we sign off? Thank you for answering WOTC. I knew it was something, but I didn't know it. There's so many acronyms out there now. David, thank you for being on and giving us an update and letting us know what you do. So when we come by tomorrow, we'll talk about how we can help get more things out from what y'all are doing. And thank you guys. I thank everyone else for being on the call, and we will post all this up so people that have missed it will be able to see it. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Before, I have one chamber thing I have to say. So we have a couple of, goodness, I don't know what happened there. We have a couple of initiatives that we're doing right now that I want you to be aware of. One of them is we've got a Restart Iredale program. So we have a book for businesses that are trying to reopen that gives them some tips that are based off of the CDC, the Iredale County Public Health Department, the North Carolina Health Department. So if y'all would like a copy of that, just send me an email and I'll be happy to email it to you. It's a big document and it's broken down by industry. So if you're working with any kind of business and you want to share that with them, that would be great. The second initiative is we're going to get ready to kick off a Mask Your Face campaign and to give people more confidence to go out, to get everybody to be more comfortable wearing a mask. And also we have just started a Red Ribbon initiative. So to showcase some businesses that are starting to reopen, we're handing out red ribbons for them to tie on their doors or put on their windows. And again, it's just an opportunity for people to know that they're open, and we want to see lots of red ribbons, and we're ready to reopen and restart Iredale. So those are some of the things that we're doing. If you can help us promote those things, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, David, for being here and everyone that joined in. And I'll have this recording up as soon as it becomes available.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.